Welcome to part 12 of my full commentary on Westwood's 1997 game Blade Runner. This is Jack Everett. And continuing where we left off, we're just going to end this act by having McCoy turn himself into the police, which is right over here. And I just want to point out this scene here. The police station has these two towers, but there's no one manning them. So even though McCoy is wanted, no one bothers to gun McCoy down.
And so I say, well, you should have voted for him then.
Very good. Very funny, yes. Governor, let's get down to business. At last estimate, 5 billion tons of kibble surround this city. Eventually, it's going to have to be cleared away.
Elgin, we've got specials to do that job.
But the attrition rate is enormous. No. There's only one way it can be accomplished. My way.
Unfortunately, your way is illegal.
For the moment, yes. But laws can be changed. And if replicants were allowed to work on Earth, imagine what your legacy would be. Governor Maurice Colvig, the national hero who eliminated toxic debris. Even your opponents will vote for you.
How can you possibly guarantee that no tragedies will occur?
It's a very simple solution to an old design challenge. Give them jobs on Earth, and they will never desire a different life.
That is a lie.
Who's there?
It's one of my children, I think, and a very resourceful one at that. Why don't you show yourself?
With pleasure.
Call security.
Who is this man?
I'd like to ask the same question.
One more word from him, and he'll be dead.
I will not be spoken to!
You're certainly a man of your word.
I want all the data you have on replicant DNA structures, the mutation studies, everything.
Why don't you just take a seat? We'll have a little talk.
I don't have time for talk.
I wish I could help you, I really do. But the data is useless. The 4-year lifespan is unalterable.
My friends, my family, dying before my very eyes, and all you can say is, there is no hope.
Time is precious, my son, and you have been keeping yours well.
And when night comes, I'll go to place fit for woe, walking along the darkened valley with silent melancholy.
I would prefer him alive if possible. Not exactly the conclusion I had in mind. Have you stationed guards in the mezzanine?
Yes, sir, but, I mean, after that fall...
Oh, don't be a fool. He's not dead yet. His time hasn't come.
They didn't even put me on the machine. The evidence Gouza coughed up was all I'd needed to convince them I wasn't a rep. Bryant chewed me out for letting the reps kill him, but after getting a look at Gouza's long career of corruption, he knew I'd done the department a favor.
Maggie! Come here, girl.
Alright, so a few things about that cutscene we just watched. I think we can infer from it that Tyrell is just as sociopathic as the replicants that he has created. And also, we got to see that guy that was at the front desk of the Tyrell building in full 3D glory. Alright, so this is the final act of the game. There's actually a couple things that could have just happened there. Now, if McCoy hadn't had enough evidence to exonerate himself when you go to the police station, he'll just end up being arrested and the game will be over. But we had enough evidence, so McCoy was fine. And you'll notice here that McCoy's dog, Maggie, is sadly absent. So if we click on the dog treats, McCoy will just have this to say.
Nothing.
Nothing. Too bad. So we got our phone ringing, so we'll check it out. Now we're probably going to do 4 endings this episode, depending on how long it takes. Basically, Act 5 is really short, so let's pick up our phone.
Pick up.
Where you been, Slim? The boys told me you were kicked hours ago.
My dog is still missing.
Cut the crap about the dog, okay? I got something that'll really rev your engine.
I'm all ears.
I got a line on where the skin jobs are holing up.
Not the Yukon?
Yesterday's news. Remember Gap was talking about that moon bus massacre? I found out where they crash landed it. 5 will get you 10, they'll be licking their wounds there.
Excellent. Where do we go?
We. How about moi? Here's a hint, Slim. It's way the shit out there in the kipple. Way, way out.
How are they getting into the city?
They've been accessing through an old sewer tunnel.
We gonna air out the reps together, or what?
I'm liking your style more and more. But first come, first serve. I share my bonuses with nobody. See you on the other side, Slim.
So there's a few people that may call you there depending on what your options are. You can get called by Crystal like we just saw, and you can get called by Clovis, or you can get called by Lucy or Dectora. And I heard, and this doesn't seem to be true, you could also get called by Guza, but being that Guza was killed on that platform, I do not believe that that is actually possible. Alright, so let's check out the TV just in case there's a news report we haven't seen yet.
Another retirement in the 4th sector today as a Blade Runner shot an alleged replicant in the middle of a crowded street. Lieutenant Edison Guza, supervisor of the LPD's Rep DTEC unit, had this to say.
It was a good, clean takedown. The public should thank us for retiring these skin jobs before they get into any real trouble. You want to get that thing out of my face before it ends up shooting film where the sun don't shine?
Alright, we actually got to see a different news report that time. Most of the time where I've seen the different reports, it's been offline. So let's go look at McCoy's balcony. So that news report was obviously either, well, it could have been two things. I think it's a reference to Deckard retiring Zora, but it's also possible that it's a reference to when McCoy retired Gordo, because we did retire Gordo this playthrough. But I like to think it's a reference to Deckard retiring Zora, because it's in the middle of a crowded street. But technically the Gordo retirement was on a street, and there may have been people there, but the game isn't exactly crowded. So Crystal told us that we'll find the replicants out by the moon bus. And that leads us to this door back here that I showed you before. But there was nothing there the last time we went there. And I actually want to point out this scene here. So I mentioned there's a part where the bum can end up floating through the sewers. He'll also end up floating down here if you've killed him and dumped him in the garbage can. So now this area here is open. And I'm just going to do a safety save real quick, just in case anything bad happens. Oh, crap. I did not mean to save there. Alright, so now we're in a whole new area. And in theory, I'm going to get killed. Dang it. Wow, I wasted so many bullets on that. Alright, I got 2 bullets left. That's good enough. In theory, my presumption is McCoy has actually been wandering around for hours to get to this point. And this is also a point of no return. Once you get to this screen, you cannot go back anywhere. But it doesn't really matter. There's not much more to do. All we can do here is go left and meet Crystal.
About time you got here.
If I was a Nexus 6, you'd be dead.
No, you'd be dead. I heard you stumbling around back there 10 minutes ago.
I got a little hung up. Where's the moon bus?
Real close. You ready to take care of business?
Hell yeah.
There's gonna be a hot time in the old town tonight.
Alright, so McCoy is just automatically going to follow Crystal. And we end up on this screen
Smells like
right here.
territory.
And as soon as I get control, I'm just going to save the game. Because we click here.
What?
There's a trigger there. See it? And what's that blinking?
Crafty little suckers.
Careful. It could be on a timer.
Looks like Sadiq's work. Same setup as the one at the Rep manufacturing plant. Step around it, we should clear it. All this kipple gives me the heebie-jeebies. I need room to breathe.
You take a deep breath around here, you'll cough up a lung.
Bad air in the kipple. Alright. So that saves Crystal's life there because we found
Maggie!
our bomb.
Come here,
And
girl!
here,
Come on!
we got
What's
Maggie.
that tied around her?
Except something's tied around her. What? So Maggie's right here approaching us. So we'll let her just get a little bit closer for a minute. And then we'll say hi to Maggie.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Oh, sickening.
How could they?
Let's attend to some business.
Alright.
Oh, God. No.
So McCoy not too happy a man.
You bastard! She was an innocent!
She a fake man. A machine, like you. Tyrell, he make her more doggy than dog, you know?
That's a lie!
You don't remember it, I'm thinking. None of it. Them false memories. They really worked you good.
Come on out and show yourself, you coward!
Alright, so we got Sadiq here. We'll just draw our gun. We'll bury him with our last 2 bullets. So we had just enough bullets to kill him before we got reduced to this ammo right here. And then we can click on him.
Nothing else there.
And he's just like, nothing else there. Oh, so I can show you that next time around. So we can approach the moon bus back here, and you'll recognize it from the photo.
Finishing this alone, Steele.
No chance.
The bastard killed my dog. He tried to convince me I wasn't human.
The job ain't about revenge, McCoy.
If it's the money you're worried about, you can have it. But I'm doing this one alone.
You're a stubborn son of a bitch. Look, I'll give you 2 minutes. That's all.
2 minutes. Alright, so you'll recognize this scene from the photograph of McCoy. But McCoy is no longer there, but the moon bus is there. And we got a bugged Clovis.
I've been expecting you.
So one thing about the moon bus interior, it gets screwed up all the time. And I have no idea what screws it up. But in this case, we got Clovis standing here in the middle of this bench. Clovis should be laying down, but he's not. So anyway, we can just talk to him and hear his soliloquy.
They're all dead. You're the last one.
I wish I could just leave. Just power up this ship and fly away. But there's nowhere else to go. And no more time.
You want me to feel sorry for you. But after what you did to Maggie? No way.
And what about you, Ray McCoy? After what you did to my family, to my friends, do you not also seek forgiveness?
I don't need to.
I thought I could cheat my destiny. I should have cherished what little time I had instead of wasting even one precious minute on revenge.
Alright, so remember that line at the very beginning of the game where McCoy said, "I never did appreciate art"? Watch this.
I never did like poetry.
Alright, I feel bad that we don't get to see proper dead or dying Clovis laying on the bed.
What a
Hopefully
waste.
we'll get to see him later on. But now we can leave the moon bus and
Jesus, Slim.
talk to Crystal.
I almost blew your brains out.
Do it. You just might be doing me a favor.
You finish him? I think you got a promotion coming. Not to mention all those retirement bonuses.
As long as I get something like 20 hours of sleep in the process. I'm going home, Steele. I'm finished.
Hey, Slim.
What?
You ever think of working with a partner?
I thought you only worked alone.
There's a first for everything.
I'll think about it.
I'm much better company than a dog, you know.
Nice. And then they walk off into the kipple, and it's awesome. And we get to see the random fires exploding in the city. Very cool. And I'm just going to skip the credits because it'll probably just get copyright strike because it sounds exactly the same. Alright, so now let's go back to the bomb scene. And let's not click on the bomb.
Always hated close spaces.
Hold on. I'll get an ambulance out here.
Oh, I screwed the pooch this time, Slim. Promise. You'll waste Clovis. Taught you pretty well, didn't I?
Alright, and then can we even click on Crystal's body? Maybe right here. Nah, it's not really letting us do anything with it. Alright, so we can go out here.
Maggie!
We can
Come here,
Maggie.
girl! Come on!
And I'm not going to let Maggie
Here you
get
go,
this close
baby.
this time.
Dinner
I'll just
time.
have her blow up right away.
How could they? Oh, God. No.
You like my present, Ma?
You bastard! She was an innocent!
So this conversation is just to say, McCoy doesn't even acknowledge that Crystal was killed.
Tyrell, he make her more doggy than dog, you know?
That's a lie!
You don't remember it, I'm thinking. None of it. Them false memories. They really worked you good.
Come on out and show yourself, you coward!
Alright, so I find it best to wait for him to stop moving before you shoot him. Like, if you shoot him before he stops moving, he'll just get you. I mean, you won't actually hit him, I don't think. So, I wanted to point out a few things about Clovis's final speech. It's pretty good in my opinion. I really like the part where he's like, I wish I could just leave this place and fly away. Because it's so sad, you know? I mean, it's just like Roy Batty's speech. And then we're actually going to listen to the whole thing this time instead of shooting him.
I've been expecting you.
Actually, you can just shoot him right here and leave, but
They're all
might as
dead.
well. This part's the same, though.
You want me to... But after...
To my hands are labored day and night, and ease comes never in my sight. My wife has no indulgence given except what comes to her from heaven. We eat little, we drink less. This earth breeds not our happiness. Another sun feeds our life streams. We are not warmed with thy beams. Thou measurest not the time to me, nor yet the space that I do see. My mind is not with thy light arrayed. Thy terrors shall not make me afraid.
Alright, so then anyway, he dies. And the animation would be different if it wasn't bugged right now, but it is bugged.
I see Steele didn't make it.
I could have used you about 10 minutes ago.
You didn't need any help, McCoy. Chief Bryant wants to talk to you. He says you're really ready now.
It never ends, does it?
You're a real Blade Runner now. Full retirement bonuses and everything. You've done a man's job, sir.
How come I don't feel good about it?
Who knows? Buy yourself another animal, maybe. A real one, not a Tyrell fake.
She wasn't fake.
Whatever you want to believe, McCoy.
Alright, so McCoy gets an origami dog from Gaff. Because he likes the origami. Gaff likes the origami. Alright, and we will skip the credits once again. So now we're just going to go back even further. We're going to go back to before we had the chance to kill Guza.
Who the hell do you think
And we're just going to
you're
shoot
kidding, McCoy?
Guza.
Right.
And then
Hunter.
Sadiq runs
Do us
by.
a favor, man. He bad, that's a traitor.
Brother, you've killed a human. There's no going back now.
Come out and show yourselves!
First things first. You must decide where you belong, brother.
Stop calling me that!
You've wasted much precious time already. No more choices, Ray McCoy. Meet us at the moon bus. Together we will face the tigers that wait in the night's forest.
Alright, so I'm not going to grab the briefcase there just to illustrate some things. Because I think it may work out. But for now, we'll go back to McCoy's apartment. And I will do a safety save real quick, just because we could still get killed in the sewers. So one thing that's going to be different here is the replicants are happy with us. They're not going to be chasing us. So when we go through this tunnel here, Clovis is not going to grab our arm. McCoy will just run through it. And see, we got a guy there. And so we can shoot him dead. I'm not sure what guy that is. Like, whoops. Didn't mean to click that. Well, doesn't matter. I think that's Baker, but I'm not sure. And so we still have to go back to McCoy's apartment. But I'm going to show you what happens if you go to the police station without all the evidence. At least I think it's going to work. But we got to talk to Gaff first. It'll be the same conversation as before, so I'm going to skip through it.
Tough day, McCoy.
You could say that.
Actually, I like that line
Brian, you look.
about tough day, McCoy.
You know you got.
Yeah.
You think it's your.
Sometimes I say that to myself after a hard day of work. I'm like, tough day, McCoy.
We don't live forever, do we?
And then I'm like, you could say that. And then, speaking of lines that I say to myself, in that Gaff ending, when Gaff is like, when McCoy's like, what's next? And Gaff's like, who knows? Or when McCoy says, how come I don't feel good about it? And Gaff says, who knows? Buy yourself another animal, a real one, not a Tyrell fake. And McCoy says, she wasn't fake. And Gaff is like, whatever you want to believe, McCoy, whatever you want to believe. One time I was really mad at someone and I said to them, whatever you want to believe, McCoy, because we were like talking about something and I just thought he was wrong about it. And so I was like, whatever you want to believe, McCoy, whatever you want to believe. And that guy was so mad at me for saying that to him. So anyway, never talk like that to anyone unless you want them to be really mad at you. So see, we go to the police station and McCoy just gets arrested right off the bat. And crap, I forgot to save, didn't I? Yeah, I haven't saved since here. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording real quick. Alright, I'm starting the recording just because I got this weird thing here. And it's like, what the heck is this? It's like some weird... I think it's supposed to be those things that climb on top of McCoy's car when he's waiting for... when he gets the call about Sebastian. Who knows? It's hard to say what the heck that is. Alright, just some weird thing. And, alright, I'll skip through that. So yeah, if you can't turn in yourself to the police department, what you have to actually do is just go back to your own apartment.
We don't live forever, do we?
And then we will get this video.
Oh, God. No.
And then it is utter tragedy, because Maggie is here dead.
She'd been shot once in the head. At least she died fast. She'd been shot once in
Okay, he says the same thing, but there's a piece of evidence here we can collect.
It wasn't any mystery, and if I'd gotten home a few minutes earlier, it would have been me down there on the killing floor. No, it was a message, plain and simple. Crystal was giving me one last chance to disappear, but now I had a little message of my own to deliver.
Alright, and so we can go answer the phone, and it will be Clovis calling us.
Pick up.
I see you survived.
No thanks to you.
Don't you think you'd already be dead if that's what I so desired?
Talking like a god, Clovis. Isn't that a little over the top, even for you?
Prometheus was chained to a rock and vultures pecked at his liver. I haven't quite had to suffer such ordeals, literally speaking, of course.
Well, there's still time.
I'm calling to apologize, brother. I should have never recruited Guza against you. I just had to make sure that you weren't going to betray us.
Guza probably thought that he recruited you.
To be honest, we had a sort of a business relationship where our different interests converged, but he was never to be trusted. Unlike you.
I appreciate that.
Is something the matter, brother?
My dog's been murdered.
And does that not whet your thirst for vengeance? Come back home to us. We'll demand justice and receive it.
How do I know who I really am?
Guza must have programmed you as an experiment to see if you could really act as one of them. He wiped out all your memories of our time together. As soldiers during the Phobos Wars, the Battle of the Gemini, firefights on the top of Olympus Mons.
I don't remember.
But if you dig real deep and feel, you'll know what's real. It's a passage to freedom, McCoy. To your destiny. An underground railroad to carry you from bondage. We'll be waiting.
Alright, so I think that phone conversation can be different depending on how much of a rep sympathizer you are. McCoy hasn't been that much of a rep sympathizer, but because we did kill Gordo. Let's see if the TV broadcast is something different.
Violent street crime in the city
it's the
rose
same
again
old violent street crimes in the city. Alright, so let's go meet Clovis at the moon bus.
Your floor number, please.
And we can get 2 different endings here. And so as per usual, we just run back to the moon bus. Like, this is how short Act 5 is. Act 5 is incredibly short. Like, it's get a phone call, go to the moon bus, resolve the situation, and that's it. That's the whole thing. But I'm going to do a safety save here in case those rats kill me, because I am playing pretty bad. So, just get my gun out for those rats. Alright, we got them smooth and didn't use all of our ammo. Alright, so I'll show you a different scene. Last time we walked through here, where that bomb was, but we can also walk over here and actually just take a moment to enjoy all this kipple. So much trash on the outskirts of the city, and I think that's Tyrell Pyramid in the background. And then here's just some more kipple scene that you can go if you decide to go a different way. And then we'll meet Crystal, as per usual.
You almost got away with it, Slim. And I expected so much more from you.
Why'd you have to kill her?
Who? The mutt? The artificial pet of a replicant? What'd you think I'd do?
Show some mercy?
Well, I guess that's why you're there, and I'm here. Now, why don't you explain to me what you're doing out here, Slim? Maybe you can ease my suspicious mind.
I'm just checking it out.
Just doing a little sightseeing?
That's right.
Right. And not 50 yards from your pal Clovis and the moon bus you hijacked. You're not convincing me too good, Slim.
You gonna shoot me down right here?
It's as good a place as any. Maybe you want to go in the machine now? See if you can answer this question.
I like that. See if you can answer this question. And Crystal goes down. But we can click on her this time.
What a waste.
McCoy will just say his usual, what a waste line. And then we might as well grab this here. Right now, there's like a battery or something over there, and I'll show you why we need it when we get over to here. So we got Sadiq over there on the left of the moon bus, exactly where he was in the photo of the moon bus that we saw in the Esper machine.
Brother man, wondering when you make it out here?
Took a little while to realize where I belonged.
The Maker built you right.
What about you, Sadiq? Aren't you a killer?
You bet, man. Human too. My woman, she be replicant. Tried to get away from her master. A Blade Runner shot her.
I'm sorry.
Happened long time ago. I take my revenge where I can. Help the reps much as possible.
The moon bus up and running yet?
All it needs is fuel. Clovis want to see you. Bring you back into family. I say, he prove himself, welcome back. One happy family. There got to be something around here, man. Old reactor cores. Anything still gotta glow. The generator, it take almost anything.
Alright, so we can look at our reactor core or whatever that we picked up. Alright, I am back, and it is here, and it's just called power source, and we can click on it. And the fact is, it has this radio nuclear waste thing on it. So I think the fact that McCoy can pick it up and carry it around is supposed to imply that McCoy might be a replicant, and that's why he can safely carry it. But we'll save the game right here as well. Just because there's some different things we can do here. Now, if we hadn't picked up that power source yet, Sadiq wouldn't let us inside.
You for real, I'm thinking. Go in. You see Clovis. He not got too much time left.
But like, one thing about it that bugs me is all he had to do to prove himself was grab a battery that was just sitting on the ground over there. Kind of weird. Anyway, so let's go see Clovis.
Welcome, brother. We have very little time.
I spoke to Sadiq. He's installing the power source right now.
Excellent. And do you have something for me?
Alright, so basically I'll just save another copy of the game here. I don't know, right here I guess. Alright, so what you get here is anyone that's a replicant that's still alive will be in the moon bus. So Lucy was a replicant, Zubin is. Sadiq's not a replicant. Oh, and also about Sadiq, he mentioned outside that he's human too, but his woman was killed by a replicant. If he had been a replicant, that dialogue would be different. And Clovis is here. But Daktora's not a replicant, so she's not here, and Gordo is retired, so he's not here. But we can talk to Clovis and turn in our DNA information.
DNA information?
We have some of it.
I hope it's enough.
It will have to be.
I've got questions of my own.
No doubt, but answers will take time, and time is precious to all of us.
It's true then. We've only got 4 years.
Yes. Of course, I could be hit by lightning tomorrow, but with the information Tyrell gave you, who knows, brother? It may just be enough to make a difference. He's a hunter no more. He has come home. It's time to go, my friend.
Where are we going?
To the heavens, brother. To fulfill our destinies off-world.
Alright, let's skip the credits. And that was our opportunity to see Gaff in full 3D, but he just turns away and we never really see his face. Okay, so let's go back to this save game. And we can do... oh, and Gaff left that origami tiger because he loves the origami. Now, one thing we can do different here is we can just gun Sadiq down right here. Alright, and then we can just go in and see Clovis. Ah, and good. We got the proper animation for Clovis playing. So this is what it should have looked like. So we'll listen to what he has to say.
They're all dead. You're the last one.
I wish I could just leave.
Oh, and I love McCoy's line about they're all dead. You're the last one. It just sounds awesome. But like, it's not...
And no more time.
Accurate.
You want me to feel sorry for you.
Lucy's still out there. Zubin's still out there. And I guess the twins are still out there.
To my friends.
He did nothing. He only retired Gordo. Gordo was the only one McCoy retired. I also like McCoy's line about, I don't need to. He doesn't need forgiveness because he's a real Blade Runner. To him, the replicants are just machines. They're nothing more. And
I never did like poetry.
We don't need to hit that poem again, but you get to see how each book drops down, so it's really cool. Yeah, that is what Clovis is supposed to look like. And then we can go and meet Gaff, and the conversation will be a little different.
I could have used you about 10 minutes ago.
You didn't need any help, McCoy.
I thought it was all over when Steele showed up.
I saw the corpse back there.
I never thought she'd turn out to be a rep sympathizer.
People are unpredictable. Chief Bryant wants to talk to you. He says you're really ready now.
It never ends, does it?
You're a real Blade Runner now. Full retirement bonuses and everything. You've done a man's job, sir.
How come I don't feel good about it?
Who knows? Buy yourself another animal, maybe. A real one, not a Tyrell fake. She wasn't fake. Whatever you want to believe, McCoy. Love that line. And then the video that we watched is just the same one where McCoy picks up an origami dog because McCoy loves his dog. Alright. So I guess we can just watch it anyway. So obviously McCoy is a total, complete, utter liar there because he completely lied about Crystal being a rep sympathizer. Alright, so now if we load this save game, there's one more thing that you can do, but I think it's going to be bugged because I already tried it offline. And you can actually just pull out your gun here and kill everyone. Like this. You got to be really quick, and you got to avoid clicking on stuff. Oh, and McCoy walked out, so it's over. Now the game's just going to be completely broken. Okay, but also, like, the killing everyone thing is bugged because right now, Lucy's bugged. And that's what I tested offline. I found that the more replicants that are here, the harder this is to do. But I figure if you go for these two first... I keep clicking it. Alright, but I want to point out something about killing all the replicants on the moon bus. I read an article that just came out recently that came out due to... I read an article recently that came out due to... not Todd Howard, Lewis Castle's interview on Ars Technica, and saying that there was a secret ending that no one knew about it, and it was killing all these replicants. And then they said, yeah, you can kill all the replicants on the moon bus and then walk out and Crystal will say, I never knew you had it in you. That doesn't happen. The only way to get to this situation right here is you have to kill Crystal. But if anyone knows otherwise, let me know, because as far as I know, if you get to this point and retire all the replicants and the game's not bugged, Gaff just meets you as if you had killed Sadiq outside and then Clovis died inside. But let's do a few more killings. Okay, I think we got him. Yeah, we got him. So Lucy's bugged right now.
Not the talkative type.
So we can't actually get the ending because we can't retire Lucy. So when I leave, the game is not going to continue. It's just going to be completely bugged. Normally Gaff would meet you out here, but the game's bugged, so he can't. And like if I go back into the moon bus, it will be bugged again. Alright, so that is this playthrough. Probably the next episode I'm going to post is the bonus episode of me doing the shooting range. And after that, I'm going to do another episode, or a few more episodes where I do playthroughs that have very specific settings. So I showed you these before, but like my save games of that guarantee different people will be replicants or not. And I'll be playing through one where Sadiq and Izo are replicants and stuff like that. And also, you'll notice when I walked back in here, the twins showed up. Like, they were there the first time. And, like, they're bugged, too. So, like, you gotta shoot them a million times before they'll die. If they die at all. I was actually able to get them killed before offline. Now they're just not dying at all. Okay, there they went. They went down there. But I can still shoot them. But yeah.
Not the talkative type.
The game's completely broken now. I can't even leave. Like, you'll see the leave things broken, and I can't shoot Lucy. Like, there's nothing to do. The game's broken. But anyway, hopefully I can get back to this situation before and show you that the ending is no different. But like I said, if you know of some ending where Crystal does show up after you've been a rep sympathizer, let me know, because I don't think it's possible, because you have to kill Crystal. Alright, this has been Jack Everett. And thanks for watching. We'll talk at you later.